Time show on the beat.
Alright, Dot versus Big Hunnit. First round, Dot had a couple cool joints. He said, last time I rifle 100, you get the combination with the cash safe. The Dappy Duck shotgun 100, that was funny and clever. Hot 100, and then the colors got no rights like old markers. So there was some cool shit in his first round.
I think the best round for Dot was his first. Started fading from there.
One thing I will say, they both had the energy, they had the performance. I do want to say that for me, Dot didn't have the material. He had the performance, but like not the material to back it up. He had a lot of 100 name flips, but I mean, it wasn't anything out of the ordinary. It was like stuff that I've heard before. So I did score him lower based on that. It wasn't anything creative.
Then Hunter responded with his round. Making Mom was a morning person. He started his round with a rebuttal, and they had the morning person ball right after that. Then he had the trigger finger included bar, the to be continued bar. It gave me space. It sounded like a rebuttal. I'm not sure if that was like a slogan a dot or not.
So the first round was a very dynamic on Big Hunnit's side and Dot side.
His first and second was okay.
I felt like Big Hunnit just had more material. He had great energy. He was clean, and so I gave it to Big Hunnit pretty clearly. First round.
I feel like this was the closest round of the battle. I edged Hunnit to him. I do feel like Dot had more creative material, but Hunnit's material was better and structured better. So even though Dot had better performance and more creative material, more creative doesn't necessarily mean that it's a better bar just because it uses elements that nobody uses. Still got to kind of put that shit together.
Now for round two, it was pretty similar to round one. I will say that Dot is a phenomenal performer. I feel like he acts out every part of his lyrics and what he's saying. He's an amazing performer. I would just say step that pen up for real. So it was just lacking. Again, his material was just lacking. He sang things very aggressively with a lot of delivery, strong delivery. I meant, he's just not saying much.
Round two, I honestly didn't have that many quotables for Dot. I did like this bar he had, talking about watching snow fall like an avalanche. That was dope.
Big Hunnit, on the other hand, again, had a lot more to say. He had great performance as well.
Hunnit had his round, and he could turn an addict to a stepper. That was dope. The fine print bar was dope, non-stick. The wet pussy, dry mouth, it was fire. I felt like, again, Hunnit got outclassed from a performance standpoint, but his material was better, and he stacked punches more. This round I gave to Hunnit, but it was also a lot closer than it should have been because I felt like Hunnit was kind of reacting and letting the crowd kind of affect him a little bit. So that took a couple points away.
And so I did give the second round to Big Hunnit again pretty clearly because not only did he perform really well, he had good material. To me, round three was the best back and forth of the entire battle. I did have it very, very close. Dot had great, again, throughout all three rounds, Dot has great performance. He performs very well, strong. all of the things. And I felt like in round 3 he like kind of stepped his pin up. I just felt like he had more. Big Hunnit as well. Like this score was separated by like a hair for real.
Third round, I felt like Dot was just kind of saying things that sounded good. Like it didn't. Nothing seemed to really connect to me. At one point, he said like Oz cards, like Oscars, I guess. I don't know what that is. He had it's ironic little segment that I liked. I felt like that was a couple back-to-back joints that made sense. And then he had 100 prints on the gun, but the cops knows who did it. That was crazy. That was a crazy way to close the round out. I would say that the pauses and the running of the segments back, like this seemed to be the round where Dot had the least amount of control.
Big Hunnit also had good material. I felt like he had a little bit less than he did in the first 2 rounds. It was just shorter. So he had a little bit less, but nonetheless, great performance. In this 3rd round, this is the best round of the battle.
It was a little bit of a lackluster battle. Overall, I think Big Hunnit's 3rd round should have been his first, and he should have built off that. He probably would have had a better consecutive rounds going forward from there. 2nd and 3rd.
I mean, it had trying to turn Teflon to an element, shooting star, burning rock. I didn't have a whole lot of quotables for Hunnit on this round either, but I felt like Hunnit kind of got this round clear. This was about to be his performance round. I felt like Hunnit had enough to kind of outdo his performance, and his material was kind of step up.
But I did edge it to Dots.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of competition, we now go to the judges' scorecards for the official decision. Judge Rebel scores the battle, 29-26. For Big Hunnit, Judge Xplicit scores the battle, 29-26. For Dot, Judge Slum scores the battle, 30-26. For your winner, by split decision.
Cause soon as causing harm in my head, I get armed to the leg. Have y'all ever seen that 190s dance? I am not.
Big Hunnit.
As soon as causing harm in my head, I get armed to the leg. Have y'all ever seen that 190s dance?
Time show on the